Hi, my name is Craig Everett. I'm a third year politics and philosophy student. I am currently a PSM at the Glasgow University Union, and this year I am running for Honorary Secretary.
Great, thanks for joining us, Craig. So you mentioned in your manifesto the Friday Brunch Club, and it's a bit unclear as to whether this is a promise or just an idea that you've been toying with.
Yeah, as I said in my manifesto, it's an idea I've been toying with. Obviously, with the fantastic new catering services that are going to be introduced in September, it's definitely a possibility, and it's something that we could sort of roll out depending on how successful the catering services are when we get up and running in September. So I hope that we could bring something like that in, because it'd be quite a unique feature to the union and something that I think students would really get on board with. But it's not a promise. It's something that if the catering services are successful and they start up, that I'd love to roll out.
Yeah, and these catering services that you mentioned, you want them to be some of the best in the West End. You say, how's that? How are you going to make sure?
So I've been working closely with a company called MIA, Margaret Young Associates, and we've put together a complete catering refurbishment plan for the university union, and the board has thankfully passed £250,000 just this last month to have that catering refurbishment done over the course of the summer. So we will that'll be all rolled out by the time students return in September. So what we've got together is a complete refurbishment of all the furniture, all the food service equipment. The actual kitchen itself will be refurbished and sort of all made up to be looking absolutely fantastic. We've also brought in a new menu. As I said in my manifesto, we'll be sort of looking to cater for everyone's needs, vegan, gluten-free, and it'll also be just we're sort of going for Scottish fusion is what we're calling it, so Scottish traditional food mixed with a bit, mixing up a bit. So it should be quite exciting for the union and a major asset for us.
You also talk about day events, which are notorious for their poor attendance as a way of engaging freshers. So what are your plans to make sure that these are, firstly actually even attended and to make them a success?
Yeah, obviously. So everything that you do at the union is relatively expensive in Freshers Week, and we have to make sure that stuff is successful, because ultimately there's not really much point in running something if no one's going to attend it. I think that making the Fresher Week day events as interactive as possible is the best way to sort of go about making them highly attended. I think that if we have stuff where people can come down, get involved, and they actually see they're doing something. So at the moment we might have a meet and greet, which is you come down and you speak to a representative from your course, and people come down, but there's nothing really actually going on there. You just come down and just sort of briefly say hello, have a quick chat. Whereas if we have something going on where we get the libraries committee to have a board games afternoon, or the games committee to put an event on, or ends to put on where they can have al fresco open mic during the day. So there's actually something going on. It's not just you coming there just to have a quick chat with just some other freshers. There's actually some activities happening there that you can get involved with and enjoy.
Okay, great. So your policy about the free soft drinks is interesting. You mentioned about there being a measure to reduce the pressure on people to drink drive. Is there a problem with drink driving after Hive nights, to your knowledge?
No, not to my knowledge there isn't any. What I would say is that it was sort of aimed at home students. I know people who live at home, and they live too far, or inconveniently far away from the union and from Hive, and if they were able to drive and then come in for a night out, and if they were able to have soft drinks and sort of that, might entice them to come down with the knowledge that they don't have to drink. They obviously don't have to drink at the moment, but having free soft drink is that incentive to come down and get involved with the union. Then I hope that they would sort of more readily come down and enjoy what we have to offer at the union. But I don't believe that there is a problem with.
Is there not maybe worries also about people driving tired, which is also quite dangerous? I mean, if they're driving home from the club at 3 a.m. and
I think that is definitely a concern you've got to have. I mean, I wouldn't say that is our role as the union to judge whether people are too tired to drive or not. That's completely up to your individual choice whether you decide to drive or not. What I want to do is incentivise people to come down and enjoy what we have at the union, which is a Thursday and Saturday club night. And I think that by doing that, free soft drinks would be a good way to go about doing that.
Do you think that the membership leaflets that you propose will be effective?
Well, I hope so. I mean, what I said in my manifesto is I don't feel this information is readily available to students. So if you have to go digging in union constitution and union discipline memorandum in order to find this information, and that isn't something that every student is going to readily go and do. I certainly didn't. I don't think many people I know would go and do that. So if we have sort of a piece of like a leaflet or a pamphlet that's there when you get your membership, or if you want to inquire about membership, and it's all in that pamphlet, it makes it perfectly clear what your rights are, what you can expect from the union, but what you like.
And specifically with regards to disciplinary hearings, is that a problem in the GUU at the moment?
It's not a problem per se, but it's a right that you get by becoming a member of the union, and it's quite an important right, because ultimately if you're accused of behaving inappropriately in the building, and if you're not a member, the student board have to make a decision on whether to ban you from the union or whether to sort of discipline you in some other sense. But if we have what you were gonna.
But is this a regular occurrence, these disciplinary hearings?
Well, they do happen throughout the year. Obviously, I can't really discuss with individual cases, but for the reason that they're private to the individual. But these do happen throughout the year. If people are members of the union and they're deemed to be behaving inappropriately in the union, then they can go to discipline.
Okay. You also say in your manifesto, as you can imagine, there are a lot of situations at Hive Thursdays and Saturdays that require the attention of the Board of Management. Can you give me an idea of what these kind of situations are and how this is going to specifically relate to the forms of training that you're supporting with regards to student welfare?
Well, as you can imagine, if you've been in Hive yourself, it can be a pretty eventful place with a lot of people walking around and drinking a lot of booze. It's all in the name of good fun, but at the same time the board are there, 3 members of duty board and a member of duty exec are there on every club night in order to make sure the students are safe. So it could be someone being far too drunk or someone just being really upset, and it's a matter of just being able to deal with that situation when they arise. Obviously, like having the sexual violence prevention training and pronoun training is very important for the board of management, like sensitive to student needs, and then also first aid, just drug and alcohol awareness training. These are all sort of forms of training that just give the board of management the rights or knowledge they need in order to deal with situations that arise at Hive on a Thursday or Saturday night. And it also just gives them that sort of confidence in themselves to sort of deal with the situation correctly and be able to diffuse the situation or make sure that the students' welfare is looked after.
And are these forms of training a priority for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like this has been not an issue per se, but I feel like the board of management have a lot of responsibility on a Thursday and Saturday club night. They have to do a lot. They have to do a lot of stuff and deal with students on a regular basis, and ensuring that they have the right training is I'm happy to say it's a manifesto promise of mine, because they need to be confident in themselves, and we as an exec, or hopefully as an exec, need to be confident that the board of management are going to be able to deal with situations when they arise on a Thursday and Saturday night.
Okay, great. Thanks for joining us, Craig.